Oh my goodness!
My goodness, I'm going to call the police. I'm not letting you file a police report.
Why not? Can I see your police badge?
My police badge? No reason to show you.
What? You're a lawyer? Ma'am, you're a lawyer?
Trouble busters!
Tom, what about this?
My name is Tom. I'm 35, and I'm a terrific taxi driver.
Can you make the centaur mad?
This is exactly what he needs, right?
You're such a funny man.
I know. I'm such a fantastic man when it comes to making people laugh.
You are.
That's me.
You're great.
Oh!
Yikes.
I was having such a great time with this passenger. Since I don't want any trouble, especially when I have a passenger, I decided to let the tailgating driver go first, but he continued to harass me with the way he drove and... What?
Oh.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
This is bad.
Just wait here, okay?
Okay.
Hey, you're such a slow driver. I'm sorry. Apologies won't fix my car. Gosh, you're so slow. I felt that you were feeling that way, and that's why I let you pass me. This tailgating man wouldn't listen to me no matter what I tried to tell him, and he didn't seem to move his car either. I decided that we had no choice but to call the police, and so I did. No matter how we explain it, it's obvious that this man was at fault, so the officer will talk to him about it and this will be all over. What? Why can't I file it?
I'm not letting you file a police report.
Why not? Can I see your police badge?
My police badge? No reason to show you.
Police officers aren't your servants. You can't file a police report for such a petty incident. Besides, I used to be a bureaucrat. She knows she's in trouble if she doesn't do as I say. Right, officer?
Yeah.
What? Don't tell me.
Look, even if Mr. Schneider had been tailgating you...
Not even if, it's a fact.
If it's anything measurable, such as rolling over the stop sign or going over the speed limit, I'd be able to give him a ticket. But since tailgating doesn't have a clear condition on what constitutes tailgating, we would have to first start off by locating the supporting evidence that such action had been taken.
Well, can't you do that then? You can't discriminate the nature of the accident. It takes time and effort, and when we take it to a trial, there's a possibility that the defendant is found innocent. That's why it's hard to prosecute tailgating, and the police hate going after it. I took advantage of that to let my stress out by harassing a slow driver like you. I knew you did this on purpose. That's right.
Mr. Schneider, we'll take care of the rest. Why don't we make things black and white with the trial then? Huh?
Ma'am, I told you that you can wait inside the car.
Tom, you're COD'd, right? COD, the state of going over the capacity, typically used to describe someone who's in a panic mode.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I know you were in a hurry. Huh? Who the heck is that kid?
Who the heck are you? You're acting like a crack brain. Crack brain, an informal term for insane. Pete, you're not doing your job. P, informal short word to refer to a police officer.
We were watching, but this is ridiculous. You're playing favorites among the involved parties. Police officers need to stay neutral.
Who are you? You're being so rude. Okay then, can I see your police badge? No need to do so. By law in this country, when the police officer is in a circumstance that deems them necessary to prove their authority, they are obligated to present their police badge. Huh? If you're really a police officer, you're obligated to do so.
You said you'd take this to trial as if it was something easy, but what exactly are you trying to file a lawsuit about?
Tailgating, obstructive driving? Huh?
What?
Tailgating significantly reduces the driver's reaction time and therefore it causes a high risk of accident. Obstructive driving can be something that you can potentially be sentenced to either or both imprisonment and penalty to. P, you would know that too, right? Those are traffic violations that cause potential threat of dangerous driving, causing potential death or injury. Just the way that geezer suddenly stopped right in front of another vehicle. Obstructive driving can get you sentenced to up to 3 years of imprisonment or a penalty of up to $5,000. And not only that, your driver's license can be potentially suspended or terminated depending on the severity of the violation. If there had been any past misdemeanors, your license can be potentially suspended for up to 5 years. If you cause potential danger to the traffic, this can also inflate up to 10 years of suspension, too.
Is that so?
She's actually right. You need to realize that you're in a situation where you're not going to be allowed to drive for 10 years. You're not going to get away by saying, "Oh, I should have been more careful, but I'll do so next time."
Who the heck are you?
You look like you're just a student. How do you know all these laws? You guys are so funny. Oh, let me give you my business card.
What? You're a lawyer? Ma'am, you're a lawyer?
You can just call me Molly.
Okay, Molly.
All right.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. Now let's get back to the subject.
Hey, Whitley, do something about her. Molly, are we able to prove that this old man is a dangerous driver if we check the recordings on my dash cam?
Of course we can.
Hey!
We'll go ahead and confirm. Shelley?
Hey!
What are you doing? I'm confirming the recording on your dash cam.
Why aren't you letting us get to our car then?
Well, it's a secret investigation. Why are you making it a secret? You're not making any sense.
Well done. Now, how was it?
There wasn't anything recorded on the dash cam.
What?
There wasn't an SD card in the dash cam.
Oh boy, that's disappointing. How dare you? I know you took it.
Are you trying to insult the police?
You can't behave like that to the hard-working police who protect the civilians.
Tom, this is bad. We don't have anything that can prove that the officer took the SD card from the dash cam.
That's right. I guess you're a lawyer after all. Now what about this? Hey, Whitley!
I need backup. Yes, it's regarding an obstruction to the police operations. I'm here to mediate a dispute between two drivers regarding whether one had tailgated another or not. A silver-haired taxi driver has started going on a rampage.
Hey, hold on! I never did anything like that!
Hey, stop going on a rampage! We need backup as soon as possible.
This is ridiculous! I guess that didn't work.
Dave, I need your help. We're in trouble.
What's the matter, Molly?
There's a taxi driver named Tom who's trying to drive me here, but...
What? The police officer was arrested when he was innocent?
That's right. The police officer made up lies saying that Tom used physical violence against her. I feel bad. This was my fault.
You need to calm down. Let me start off by getting some details from you.
Sure, let me tell you. So that's what happened.
I see. This can get quite challenging.
Oh, witnesses! It became quite a scene, so I'm sure there had to have been some witnesses. If we can find a witness who would testify that the officer is lying, we can still save Tom, right?
Well, that can get challenging too.
What? Why would you say that?
You said the police took the side of the con, right? In that case... There hasn't been a single witness? The police said they tried to look for one after the incident, but they said that there was none. Is that what they told you? Yes. Not only can it be challenging to provide evidence that the officer is making false allegations, but if this is going to become a case where the entire police department itself is who we're going to be fighting against, there's going to be almost no possibility for us to win this case.
In that case, I can...
They won't accept it even if you testify, because you were technically involved in the accident itself.
What am I supposed to do then?
It's still a fact that there had been witnesses, so I'd say we start off by searching for those witnesses.
Okay, I'm going to go look for them right now.
Go ahead and speak to my brother, too. I'm sure he will be a huge help.
Thanks.
While I was in custody, Molly was able to find a witness, while the prosecutors admitted that I never assaulted anyone at the scene, and I was finally being released.
Tom, I'm sorry. I know this all started because I told those guys that I'm willing to start a trial.
No, Molly, this wasn't your fault. It was their fault.
How was your trip to jail for 2 weeks? I'm here to talk to you regarding how you assaulted me.
What else is there for us to talk about?
If you're willing to admit this, I'm willing to charge you under simple assault rather than battery. I can perhaps release you under parole. However, if you're not willing to admit, we're going to file a criminal lawsuit against you, and we'll be taking this case to the trial, as you wished for initially. Are you okay with that?
Ugh.
Are you trying to make this look like a plea bargain? You are terrible. Your chances of being found guilty is 99.9%, and you can even be in custody while you wait for the trial to happen. On the other hand, if you're being released under parole, you'll be admitting that you've committed the misdemeanor, but you won't end up with a criminal record. When that happens, you won't get out in just 2 weeks this time around. You're finally being released, and you won't want to go back in there, do you?
Is that even legal? But I can't win right now. I decided to sign and agree to the misdemeanor that I'm alleged for and chose to be on parole. You're kidding me. This is ridiculous. They can't do this to me.
Of course they can't.
Molly, Mr. Cobweb?
Tom, please hire me to represent you.
Represent me?
We can perhaps litigate the state's compensation claims.
But then if we were to do that... I'm sure the prosecutors have spoken to you about it to restrain you, but it's exactly as you imagine. To litigate the state's compensation claims, an individual or a group of individuals will file a lawsuit against the state, and it's also known for the extremely low odds of winning. As a reason, the defendant is not obligated to provide evidence to the court of their innocence, and it becomes extremely challenging to question the state's liability for that matter. It's one of our weakest points and the strongest point for our opponent. In addition, in your case, you're placed on parole, which makes things even more challenging. And why is that?
For a lawsuit for state reparations to happen, the defendant needs to first plead for innocence and then question the state's liability. But because you're placed on parole, there isn't a lawsuit that's filed against you to begin with, which means that the trial will take place given that you've been found guilty to begin with.
For that reason, the court will probably not start a trial no matter how much evidence we provide regarding the police officer's discrepancies. I see. I guess I was really confident when she was telling me that the chances of me being found guilty was 99.9%. Molly here is an extremely strong attorney. I had to spend so much time and effort convincing her to join our law firm. There isn't an absolute chance of winning. I've been winning all the cases that I've represented in the past 10 years, but this case is an area where I've never fought, and it will become extremely challenging.
Dave.
We need to make sure we're providing clarity with all facts. Tom, will you be willing to fight given how challenging this can get? Of course!
We're not going to admit to those false accusations.
We're not letting them get away with this. Trouble busters! However, as all of us were aware, this trial wasn't something we can win just by being willing to take the challenge. On the day of the incident, the officer who was being dispatched had arrived around 1:25 p.m., where Mr. Tom and Mr. Schneider had been present. Tom stated that his dash cam would prove the incident, but Officer Whitley had confirmed that there was no SD card installed in the dash cam. Because he wasn't able to prove that Mr. Schneider had been tailgating him, he started to raise his voice to claim that the police destroyed the evidence by taking the SD card. And that was when he nudged Officer Whitley's shoulder about 4 times. Because Officer Whitley felt that he was obstructing her duties, she decided to call for backup. At the same time, there had been a passenger, and the door had been opened with about a 45-degree angle. Officer Whitley decided to place herself between the door and the body of the vehicle while facing towards the front to make sure that he wouldn't be able to shut the door. However, Mr. Tom had still attempted to close the door, which caused Officer Shelley's right hand near her pinky to get struck between the door, causing her an injury. Officer Shelley had claimed that this was where her pinky had been struck on the car. After that, the backup arrived around 1:30 p.m., and he had been taken under arrest. That's all. Everything is a big fat lie! The trial had been even more challenging than we had imagined. No matter how many times we asked for supporting evidence, they've neglected to provide any at all. In addition, I am refusing the defendant's request to summon a witness. The judge had even refused to let us summon a witness, claiming that he didn't feel the necessity to do so. Damn it! This isn't going anywhere!
It's okay, Tom. We need to keep trying what we can do.
Okay. We need to look for an arguing point where we can fight without the police's evidence, and we'll persuade the judge with necessity to have the prosecutor provide evidence of all their allegations. Mr. Cobweb's suggestion worked, and we were finally able to summon Officer Whitley to the court to testify.
You have testified that the defendant had nudged your shoulder with his hand, correct? Here are 4 reports that had been filed within a few days after this incident. They have all been signed by you, but even when I look at any of these, you have not reported that the defendant had nudged your shoulder a single time. Do you have anything to explain about this? Well, one report says that you were pushed with his arms, while the other report says that you were pushed by his elbow. This should be one of the most important parts of these reports, but they're all stated differently. It's still a fact that the defendant tried to use force to run away from the scene. Are you sure about that? I'm sure. That was why I decided to stand behind the door to stop him from doing so. Was that when you had also hurt your right hand because the defendant had attempted to close the door despite that you were standing there? That's right. You also stated that Tom had gotten onto his vehicle and attempted to run along with myself, who was sitting in the passenger seat, and that was why you and Officer Shelley had worked together to prevent us from doing so. Am I correct about all these statements? You're correct. I see. Something is strange. What are you trying to say? I even provided photos to prove that I had been injured, too. Will you take a look at your report right here? The window frame on the door and the edge of the vehicle was where I had my right hand get stuck in between to be injured. Something strange, isn't it? I had a chance to take a look at the photo too, but are you sure you were injured because of what's stated in that report? Yes, I'm sure. You mentioned that you were standing behind the door, but weren't you actually standing in front of the door? Well, that's not true. I made sure I was right next to the driving wheel just to make sure that the defendant won't attempt to run. I see. Well then, let's pretend that you were behind the door, but either way, something is strange. You said that you were placing yourself between the door and the vehicle facing towards the front, correct? Correct. And because Tom attempted to shut the door, you tried to prevent him from doing so, and your right hand got stuck between the door and the vehicle. Is that what you said? Yes. But that's not possible. If what you're saying is true about where you were standing and someone had tried to shut the door on you, it should have struck the window. What? But I actually got injured. If you ended up getting your right hand struck between the door and the window the way you described, the only way to injure your right hand was to pull your hand behind yourself. But what kind of a person would try to pose in such a way when you're trying to stop the door from closing all of a sudden? Oh. That's all from me, Your Honor.
From there, Molly had done everything to point out all the discrepancies that she was able to locate in the filed police reports, and the defendant, State of Trubus, will be paying a $72,000 penalty to the plaintiff, Tom. We were able to turn this game around for victory. Because Officer Whitley's testimony and reports had been contradicting one another, the court decided that they weren't trustworthy.
Oh my goodness. I thought that your chances to win this trial was just going to be 0.01%.
Because of what happened, Officer Whitley and Officer Shelley had been known to the civilians. Hey, check it out! Those are the liar police! I can't believe that they tried to get an innocent civilian in trouble when they're supposed to protect us! Stop wasting the taxpayers' money! Hey, stop running away from us! The two of them ultimately left the job after having such a poor reputation. Not to forget about Schneider. The court ultimately found him guilty of obstructive driving and tailgating. He was sentenced to 3 years of imprisonment. In addition to that, Detective Joe Cobweb, Dave Cobweb's brother, had investigated things about Schneider and ended up discovering some scandals. His reputation has gone quite badly. so I'd assume he won't be able to live in the States after he gets released from prison. The prosecutor, who was taking part with the police's discrepancies, had also been questioned for the integrity of what he does and had to host a press conference to explain things on his end. As for me, I'm back to being a taxi driver after I was found innocent. I'm so grateful for what Molly and Mr. Cobweb did for me. I hope no one would ever end up being found guilty when they're actually innocent. Trouble Busters!
You know what? You just don't even seem like a woman to me anymore.
I don't?
Not in the least. I'm leaving you.
You're leaving me? Really? Wow, I can't thank you enough.
Huh? Wait a minute. What's up with that reaction? Aren't you sad? How many times do I have to tell you, Melanie?
I'm sorry. Please, I won't do it again.
You know the rules, Melanie. When I'm around, you put on makeup. Dress nicely. Make yourself presentable.
I know. I got careless. I was busy and forgot. I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea how terrible you look without makeup on? Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I'm sorry for being so ugly. I really am.
Then hurry up and do something about that face of yours.
All right.
Think. When the garbage starts to stink, do you take it outside?
Garbage?
Oh my god. Are you ugly and stupid? I asked you, when the garbage stinks, do you take it outside?
Well, yes, I do, I guess.
Then why the hell wouldn't you do something about your ugly face? Aren't you trying to scare me with it? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Huh?
Of course not.
You need me. If I weren't around, who'd be there to keep a roof over your head? You can't work, you gotta take care of Sally. So unless you want poor little Sally to end up on the streets, you're gonna have to live in my house. And in my house, you live by my rules. Got it? Now, it's clear you need a little reminder about the rules, so let's see. There we go. That should last for a few days. Let this serve as a reminder. You're ugly as hell, and you will make yourself presentable when I'm around. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir, crystal clear.
This is not how I wanted to spend my morning. I'm going out again today. I'll be back whenever I damn well feel like it.
I was thinking, since it's your day off, wouldn't you like to go with me to see your father today? You haven't seen him for a while.
Are you serious? I'm not gonna spend my day off visiting that rotting corpse, much less spend it looking at your ugly mug.
But he's your father and he's always been there for you. Don't you think you should at least visit him every once in a while? This house, the land it's built on, your car, all of it's in your father's name. He pays the mortgage, lease, and even all the taxes for you.
Looks like you need another lesson. He's my dad. He's supposed to take care of me. I don't need to thank him for just doing his job.
Neil, wait! Oh, Neil, your dad doesn't have much time left. This may be your last chance. I'm Melanie. That man just now is my husband, Neil. We've been married for 10 years and I've been a housewife the whole time. He used to be much kinder to me than he is now, but he's getting colder and colder to me as the years have gone by, and, well, you can see what he's like to me now. I bet he's gonna see his mistress again today. He always goes to see her on his days off. I've considered divorcing him multiple times in the past, but when I think about what would happen to Sally, I just can't go through with it. The worst part is, he knows that I know about his mistress, so he doesn't even bother trying to hide it anymore. Hey there, Sally. Do you want to go visit Grandpa with me today?
Yay, Grandpa, let's go!
Neil's dad, who is terribly sick and doesn't have much time left, is one of the wealthiest investors in the country, and his net worth is more than some countries. In the event of his death, that whole fortune will be transferred to Neil. Neil is aware of this, of course, and sometimes I almost get the feeling that he wants his dad to die just so he can be filthy rich.
Melanie, Sally, so nice to see the two of you again.
It's nice to see you too, Dad. About Neil.
It's all right, Melanie. I know. That boy, ever since he left home, the only time I'd ever see him would be when he was asking me for money for this or that. A new TV, a new car, a new...
Dad, are you alright? Please lay back down and relax. Honestly, I wish you'd allow us to take you to the hospital rather than stay at home. They'll take better care of you there.
And what are they going to do for me at a hospital, eh? It's far too late for me now, Melanie.
Dad, don't talk like that.
It's the truth, dear. There's no point in denying it. My time is coming soon. I can feel it. And when it does come, I'd rather be at home surrounded by my family than in some hospital surrounded by lab coats and latex gloves.
Yeah, and since your house is really close to ours, we can see you way more often this way.
Right you are, Sally. Thank you, sweetheart.
We talked for a while, then after I took care of some cleaning around my father-in-law's house, we left for home. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. I can tell by his skin color and his voice that his time really is almost up. Later that night when Neil came home, I tried my best to convince him to go and see his father, but there was nothing I could say that would change his mind. So I packed up a few days' worth of clothing for myself and Sally, and we went over to my father-in-law's house to look after him.
I see. So that boy really has no intentions to come and see me.
I'm so sorry, Dad.
You've got nothing at all to apologize for, dear. It's all my fault for raising him to become this way. I suppose you could say I'm getting my just desserts.
Oh, Dad.
However, Melanie, I think it may finally be time for Neil to get his too.
Huh?
You quit your job when you got married, but before that you used to work with people like me, making sure they were able to die in peace, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was an advisor.
Do you think you might want to get back into the business?
What do you mean, Dad?
I mean, I'd like you to help me arrange my parting gift to my son. A heaping helping of trouble busting.
That's when my father-in-law told me all about his elaborate plan to give Neil the punishment he deserves. If we can pull this off, Neil's life will be taking a one-way trip into complete and utter devastation.
I'm going to do to that boy what I should have done years ago. Trouble busters!
2 months later, my father-in-law condition took a sudden turn for the worse, and he passed away soon after. Neil didn't attend the visitation or funeral, of course, and I saw him for the first time in a while a week later.
Yo, Melanie. Thanks for taking care of that useless old geezer for me. You saved me a lot of trouble.
What do you want, Neil? You've got some nerve showing up all of a sudden after skipping your father's funeral.
Oh yeah, thanks for that too. Funerals are such a drag. And since you've seen way more of him than me over the last years, I figured you'd be better suited to plan the whole thing anyway. So I thought, screw it, and didn't bother going. I bet that's how Dad would have wanted it. As for what I want, I think you know what I'm here for. My dad's finally dead, so I'm getting every last cent of his massive fortune. I don't want an ugly old hag like you weighing me down while I enjoy my wealth. So I'm divorcing you. I'm still in my 30s, and with as much money as I'm gonna get in inheritance, I can replace you with a newer model easily. I'm gonna have girls lining up for a chance to get with me, so there's no point in keeping up the facade of our marriage anymore.
Is that so?
Yeah, so like I said, we're through.
And what do you intend to do about Sally?
Don't worry, I'll take care of her. I'll give you a healthy divorce settlement and pay child support. That's good enough, isn't it?
Alright then I suppose that arrangement seems like it would be the best for the both of us. I know you were cheating on me for quite some time now, and the only times you ever spoke to me, you did nothing but heap insult and shame on me. So it seems to me like our marriage was already heading in this direction as it was.
Atta girl, Melanie. Maybe you're not so dumb after all. Anyway, I actually went ahead and submitted our divorce papers a while ago, so our divorce is already official. Oh, and as of this afternoon, I'm married to someone else.
Huh?
No, don't tell me you forgot. We had that huge fight we had when you told me my dad was getting worse, remember?
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I guess I was so angry at you and so busy taking care of your dad that I forgot I signed those.
Well, I didn't. As soon as you signed them, I took them straight down to the courthouse and submitted them.
So our divorce really is official then. We're not married anymore?
Yep, you got it.
Is that so? I see. That might be a problem for you.
A problem? What problem? I'm gonna be filthy stinking rich, and I won't have you and that kid dragging me down. I'm gonna be a millionaire. From now on, every time I have a problem, I can just pay my way out of it.
Not that it's my problem anymore, but you're not getting a single cent of your dad's estate. On the contrary, you're up to your eyeballs in debt.
Huh?
Thanks so much for divorcing me in advance. I thought that if you knew about what had happened with your dad's inheritance, you might refuse to agree to a divorce. This saves me a long and arduous legal battle with you. It also means I don't have to hold back at all as I systematically ruin every single part of your life. I'm finally going to pay you back for your terrible treatment of both me and your father.
Wait, hold on. That can't be. I'm not getting anything. You've got to be joking, right?
It seems like you're completely in the dark about how your dad was spending his money in his last few weeks before his death, huh?
Well, how was I supposed to know? That old geezer was always so tight-lipped about his money. He wouldn't tell me anything. The only thing I got from him was a savings account he set up for us in case we needed it. But I kinda used all of that money up on the vacation I took a few weeks ago.
So you took it upon yourself to spend the money your dad gave to us on a vacation for yourself?
Yeah, and what of it? It's my dad's money, and that means it's my money. Why would I go wasting it on an ugly old hag like you? And besides, we're not married anymore anyway.
I have never met anyone as selfish, uncaring, and insensitive as you are, Neil.
Shut up and stop dodging the issue. What do you mean I'm not getting any inheritance from my dad?
Oh, I'll tell you all about it. Before he died, he told me that he didn't want to finance your vain and greedy lifestyle. So he was going to spend it on helping kids make a brighter future for themselves. He donated every last cent of his estate to orphanages, adoption centers, schools, and other charities.
All of it?
Yep, every last cent. Wasn't that nice of him?
Wait, hold on. If that's true, then my inheritance is...
Right again, it's all gone. Once he ran out of cash, he started selling his assets, real estate, stocks, bonds, valuables, and donated all of that to charities working with kids.
This can't be happening.
Oh, and by the way, you should know that he also sold the house you're living in and the car you're using too.
No!
He put the house up as collateral on a loan to borrow more money from the bank, so you don't really have any say in what happens to it anymore. He also put his own house up as a collateral on yet another loan.
Was he insane? If those loans don't get paid back, that means that the houses and the car will all get seized by the bank.
Right again, you're on a roll, Neil. So you better get to work on making some money to pay off those loans because all your dad's debts are in your name now.
That worthless old geezer. I thought I was finally rid of him and his nonsense. This changes things. I've got no other choice. I'm gonna waive my inheritance rights.
Waive your inheritance rights?
Yeah, if I do that, then I won't get shouldered with all the stupid debt he tried to shove off on me. I gotta go talk to my lawyer.
Sorry, Neil, you're not getting off that easily.
What do you mean? All I gotta do is file some paperwork, right? Then I'm free as a bird.
Let's wind back the clock to a few minutes ago when you were talking about using the savings account your dad set up for us.
Uh-oh.
You continued to use that account, which was in your dad's name, well after he passed away, didn't you? That means it's too late for you to disclaim your inheritance. You've already accepted it. Like I said, this isn't going to be that easy for you.
Shoot, this is bad.
You know what they say, Neil, you reap what you sow. This is just your desserts for the terrible way you treat your daughter, your father, and your wife. If Simply would have thought twice about submitting those divorce papers or using your dad's money after he died, then you only would have lost the house and car.
Melanie, you don't understand.
No, I understand everything pretty well, I think.
Well, ever since my dad died, I've been spending a lot of money that I didn't have. A lot of money.
Uh-oh. Tell me, Neil, I really need to hear this. How much have you spent?
About 80,000.
Wow, you're screwed. I can't think of any more appropriate fate for you after you refuse to even go and see your dad on his deathbed. Oh, and I have one more present for you. I'm suing you for infidelity. I have plenty of evidence, like the receipts from all the hotels you stayed at with your mistress, for starters. Oh, and here's this. A picture of the two of you going to a hotel on the same date of this receipt, so don't bother denying it.
What the? How did you get that picture?
Your dad told me he wanted to take everything from you. So he hired a private detective to follow you around. He said it was thanks to me for taking care of him. In addition, you're also going to be paying child support for Sally until the day she turns 18. Also,
Oh no, there's more.
I'm also suing you for the pain and suffering your constant emotional abuse caused me. I may not have been able to get an actual recording of it, but I have more than enough of these abusive text messages you sent me. They should get the point across, don't you think? Well, that's all I have to say. Any questions?
Hold on. Ooh, let's not be too hasty here, Melanie. I need your help, okay? You've got to give me a break.
Excuse me? Did you really think I would go out of my way to help the man who not but a few minutes ago called me, quote, an ugly old hag?
I don't know what I was thinking, Melanie. You're not ugly. You're beautiful. Honestly.
How stupid do you think I am? You want help paying off your debts? Why don't you go ask your new wife?
I can't. I only liked her because of her looks. She's completely useless. She can't cook. She can't clean. She can't work. I only married her because I told her I'd hire a maid to do all that stuff. If she finds out about all my debts, she'll divorce me for sure.
And you expect me to bail you out so you can keep your new life with the woman that you were cheating on me with? You have got to be kidding me. Are you for real right now?
Okay, I get it. Here's what I'll do. How about I divorce her? Then you and I can get back together. We can start over again and rebuild our life together. All three of us. What do you say?
What do I say? I'd rather be set on fire and thrown into a pit of poisonous snakes. You broke this marriage up. I'm not going to rebuild it for you.
But I said I was sorry.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Who wouldn't be sorry for what they've done as their life was about to come crashing down around them?
Please, Melanie. You can't abandon me like this.
After you cheated on me for years and then personally submitted our divorce papers, I don't want to hear that from you. I put up with so much from you for so long, way longer than anyone else would have. And now that the tables have turned and I've got you right where I want you, you're gonna learn the hard way that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Do you remember what my job was before we got married? Your dad remembered because he actually, cares about me. But it doesn't surprise me that you weren't interested enough to remember.
I'm sorry. It must have slipped my mind.
I was an end-of-life advisor.
Wait. Oh no!
Glad to see you finally remembered. An end-of-life advisor's job is to help people prepare for their old age or death by taking stock of their property. This includes taking things that they don't need or are unlikely to need in the near future and selling or disposing of them, as well as organizing the things that they do need. This doesn't just include everyday things like furniture and appliances, but also assets, investments, bank accounts, life insurance policies, anything that a person may need help with to prepare for the end of their life. We help people put in writing their desires for how they want things to happen when they pass away, assist in writing a last will and testament, and other things like that. It's a job that deals with a little bit of everything.
I finally remember it now. Oh no, now it all makes sense.
So you finally get it, huh? Your dad is the one who wanted to set up an inheritance trap for you, and I was the one he got to do the job.
I can't believe it. It was all your doing.
We both wanted to punish you, albeit for slightly different reasons. And so we worked out the perfect trap that we knew you couldn't help but throw yourself into.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. What am I gonna do now? I can't let Cynthia find out.
Oh, Neely Poo, what's taking you so long? Hurry up and show me around my new house.
This is too good to be true. You even had your new wife waiting outside. Let me guess, you were waiting for the right moment to bring her inside and rub it in how you married some young floozy, right?
Oh, hello there. You must be the ugly old hag Melanie. I heard so much about you.
Hey, Cynthia, hold on a sec.
Aren't you jealous of your ex-husband's new, prettier wife? You must have been about to cry when Neil told you that he's taking all of his dad's inheritance and not giving you a cent.
Cynthia! Oh, please, stop! I'm already in a really, really bad position, and you're making it worse.
Oh, come on. I've been practicing a big line for weeks. Let me say it. Hey, Melanie, I'm prettier than you, younger than you, and more of a woman than you in every way. I win, you lose. Neil is mine now, and you're never gonna get back with him ever again. So please, Melanie, tell me, how does it feel to lose your man to a superior woman? Does it hurt? Does it make you want to cry? I bet you're gonna start crying any second now.
Cynthia! I'm begging you, please stop!
No way! I'm not gonna let you have all the fun, Neely Poo. I've been waiting for this moment for months.
Please, just wait for me in the car.
Oh wait, that's right! There was one more thing I wanted to say to her.
Don't!
Just one more thing, okay?
You hear that, Neil? She said she just has one more thing to say. You can let her get it out of her system, can't you?
Ta-da! A diamond wedding ring!
My goodness, that is a large diamond, isn't it?
I know, right? Someone as beautiful as I am deserves nothing less than this, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. I bet it was super expensive, too.
Yeah, duh. It cost $30,000. I borrowed Neil's credit card secretly to buy it. I knew he wouldn't mind.
You did what?
Uh-oh, looks like your debts just went up, Neil.
Cynthia, how could you do this to me? I'm ruined.
What do you mean? You're the one who told me I could buy whatever I wanted with it. You said you could pay it off no trouble once you got your inheritance.
Yeah, but that was before. This is now. And just now, I got the worst news I've ever gotten in my entire life. I'm ruined.
News? What news?
Let me put this in words you might understand. Neil is broke, completely broke, broker than broke as anyone can possibly be, to the tune of roughly $100,000 in debt.
Huh? What you talking about, Neil?
Well, Neil, would you like to be the one to explain to her how you have negative money, or should I keep going?
Neil, is she telling the truth? Tell me she's lying. She's lying, right? Right?
If I'm lying about anything, Neil's free to jump in and rebut me anytime he'd like.
No way! How could this happen to me? Neil, you said you were rich. You said you were gonna give me a life of luxury. That was all a lie?
Well, no, I was telling the truth at the time.
You're the worst. What is it good as a man with no house, no money, no car, nothing but debt? Disgusting.
Hey, give me a break. I've given you a pretty good life up until now, haven't I? We'll just have to, tighten our belts for a little while. That's all.
I am not tightening my belt for 1 second. Not in your life.
I had a pretty good feeling that's exactly what you say. But unfortunately, I'll be suing you as well, so you better get used to belt tightening pretty fast.
What? But why?
What did you think was gonna happen when you decided to mess around with a married man?
Oh no, is that?
Right you are. It's photographic evidence of your affair. I have plenty more incontrovertible evidence where this comes from, so there's no getting out of this.
Neil, you're gonna have to pay for that, okay?
What? I can't pay for both your lawsuit and mine. I'm already broke. Weren't you listening?
I don't believe you. Didn't you tell me that no real man ever makes a woman pay for anything?
I mean, I would if I could, but as you can see, I can't. Besides, men paying for everything is sexist, isn't it?
You! How can you bring up gender equality at a time like this?
Oh, come on now, let's not fight. Remember, the two of you are married now, man and wife. What happened to for richer for poorer till death to us part? Did you forget that part of your vows?
I'd rather die than stick with a broke loser. I want a divorce.
You think I'll let you off that easily? This is your fault too, you know.
You're the one who asked me out first. It's your fault.
Yikes, this is getting ugly. I guess the two of them really are perfect for each other in a way. Here's how things went for the two of them after that fateful night. The bank seized both the house and car, throwing Neil and Cynthia out on the street. Our lawsuit settlement left with $10,000 in debt, a $20,000 settlement for infidelity, a $15,000 settlement for emotional abuse, and $700 a month in child support for Sally until she turns 18. I hope he lands himself a decent job. And as for Cynthia, his gold-digging, home-wrecking mistress, she spent some time trying to get Neil to agree to a divorce, but he refused. Her only option would be to sue Neil for a divorce, but she obviously didn't have enough money to do that. So the not-so-happy couple are still together, living in a rundown apartment and treating their neighbors to a shouting match every night. Oh, and I also got a settlement with her for $20,000. Neil was working really hard at his job for quite some time in order to pay back his debts, but the collection company was constantly making calls to his office complaining about him missing payments. So he was forced to quit. Both Neil and Cynthia are currently working multiple part-time jobs and doing back-breaking labor all day, every day to try and earn enough money to get by. And as for me, between the settlements I got from Neil and Cynthia and the $50,000 Neil's dad paid me for my services, I started my own company. Business is absolutely booming, and I've never been happier. Now all I need to do is find someone who can be a dependable father figure for little Sally. I'm so glad that I was able to help Neil's dad enter his eternal rest with peace of mind. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the trouble busting. I've made up my mind. Let's get divorced.
You hear that, Dad? We did it! We finally rid of that old fatty.
Just don't come crying for help when you end up homeless and penniless, got it? You won't get any sympathy from me.
Good morning. Aren't you gonna eat any breakfast? I understand that he's a teenager, but it's still really sad when he completely ignores me like that.
Don't use his age as an excuse. What makes you think you're innocent in this? I bet it's your fault that he's ignoring you.
What do you mean? What did I do to him? And hey, are you gonna leave without eating breakfast too?
Nah, I'd like to have a good start to my day, so I'll pass.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I'd like to have a good start to my day too. That hasn't happened for as long as I can remember.
What's the matter, Melanie? You don't look so good. Is there something on your mind?
To be completely honest, there's so much on my mind, I have no idea where to even start.
Uh-oh. How long have you been feeling down like this? I wish you would have told me sooner. Let's hear it, Melanie. Tell me what's going on.
Thanks, Hillary. You're always such a good listener. I'm Melanie. I'm currently juggling both supporting my family as a housewife and also working part-time. I live with my only son, Taylor, who's in 7th grade, and my husband, Tucker, who works at a company in town. I'm not asking for anything extravagant. I just wanted to be able to enjoy a peaceful and loving home life with my family. But my son won't listen to a single word I say. And when I talk to my husband about that, all he does is coldly say that everything is my fault. Lately, it's gotten way, way worse, and it's all just too much to bear.
I can't believe this. How could your own husband and son treat you like that?
I wish I knew, Hillary. I really do. But just being able to get that off my chest is a big relief. Thanks for listening. I think I'll make them both their favorite food for dinner tonight. I'm sure that'll lighten the mood, and we'll finally have a peaceful evening at home.
If you think that will work, let me know how it goes, okay?
There! I made Taylor's favorite hamburger steak, Tucker's favorite spicy chicken wings, and my favorite omelet on rice. They're gonna be so happy. I can't wait to finally have a nice conversation around the dinner table. Taylor! Tucker! Dinner's ready! Huh? Wow, you guys are both dressed up pretty nice. What's the occasion? Oh, did you guys figure out that I was planning a nice dinner for you? That's sweet of you, but you didn't need to dress up like that.
What? We're not dressed up for you.
Really? Well then, why?
I'm taking Taylor out for a nice dinner tonight, so we won't be eating at home.
What? You're going out? Why didn't you tell me? I had no idea. Look, I made both of you your favorite dinners. Come on, let's have a nice meal at home together, please.
No way. I don't want to eat anything cooked by some old fatty like you. Just being around you makes me so sick. I can barely keep any food down at all, even if it is my favorite.
Attaboy, Taylor. Way to tell her how it is. But honestly, I think you're being way too kind. I'd probably puke out every single one of my organs if I had to eat in front of this old hag.
Ew, gross. But hey, even if that happened, at least we have this old fatty around to clean up all the puke.
Hey, how can you say such cruel things to me? You tore my family, my husband and my son. I love the both of you so much. I was just trying to make you happy.
Yuck, love? Don't get anywhere near me with that. I might catch whatever stinky old fatty germs you have on you. Stay away from me.
Taylor?
Oh, here it comes. He's finally gonna get after him for talking to me like that.
What is it, Dad?
I am so proud of you for standing up for yourself like that. You did a great job telling her exactly how you feel.
No, Tucker, you can't be serious.
Let's go, Taylor. I got us a reservation at the restaurant with that gorgeous young waitress I told you about. If I stay around this old hag any longer, I might just lose all my appetite. So hurry up and get in the car.
All right, let's get out of here.
Why are you two doing this? Are you gonna let the dinner I made for the two of you go to waste? Who's gonna eat all this food?
Why don't you eat it? You made it enough to last yourself a week, I'd say. Oh, by the way, here's the money for next month's bills.
$200? Are you telling me to make ends meet for a month on just $200?
Consider it a chance to prove your worth as a housewife. If you can't do it, then what good are you?
Tucker, that's impossible. That went way worse than I possibly could have imagined. But I'm not about to give up on this family just yet. I've got to keep trying. There must be some way to get through to them. Here, honey, I ironed your work shirt. See? Not a wrinkle in sight. Here, Taylor, I made you some roast beef for your lunch today. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm not eating anything your gross old fatty hands have touched. Hey, Dad, can you give me some money to buy something decent for lunch?
No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, nothing works. They still treat me the same way. That's it. I can't take it anymore. If things keep going this way, I don't know what I'll do. I've made up my mind. Let's get divorced.
You hear that, Dad? We did it! We finally rid of that old fatty.
Taylor, are you really so happy you're gonna lose your own mother?
Of course I am. Who would want some useless old fatty like you around? I'd rather have no mom at all than have a crummy mom like you.
Taylor, how can you say that about me? I remember when you were younger, you used to chase after me all the time wanting a hug. You were such an adorable little child.
Oh, will you shut up about the past? I'm not a little kid anymore.
That right there is your single biggest problem, Melanie. You're so caught up in your memories of the past that you've forgotten how to live in the present. And just look at what you've become. You don't even look like a woman anymore. You've completely abandoned your femininity. You should be grateful that I even put up with you for this long.
I never thought I'd hear such horrible words from you, Tucker. If that's the way you're going to talk to me, then that's it. I'm leaving.
Yes! Now we finally be able to get rid of your toxic negative attitude. Things are gonna finally look up for us, Dad.
I know, right? Having Melanie in the house was like living in a funeral parlor, for crying out loud.
Goodbye.
Just don't come crying for help when you end up homeless and penniless, got it? You won't get any sympathy from me.
I don't have much left at all of the money I saved from working at my part-time job. What am I gonna do from now on? Well, in any case, I won't have any future at all if I don't eat. So I guess I better go out and buy some food.
Huh? Melanie, is that you? What's the matter? You look absolutely terrible.
Well, the truth is, I told Hillary everything that had happened over the last few days.
I can't believe my eyes.
Hillary? What is it? Wait a minute. Is that...
Chastity, my darling. You're just as ravishing as ever today.
Oh, Chastity, whenever I look at you, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven because you're a total angel.
Aw, you two are just too sweet. So tell me, where are we gonna have dinner tonight, boys?
Today, I've made reservations at an exclusive Italian restaurant for their $100 per plate premium course.
I love eating with you, Chastity. With you around, everything tastes a million times better. You're so totally out of this world. Out of the solar system, even.
You're so good at giving compliments, Taylor. Hey, Tucker, I'm wearing the bracelet you gave me last week today. How does it look on me?
Those two make me sick. How can they do this in public? Melanie, the truth is, I've seen Tucker walking in and out of hotels around town with another woman before. I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't mistaken.
Wow, that Chastity is gorgeous, isn't she? I don't see how I could possibly compete with a woman like her. I guess I understand now why they would call me ugly, old, fatty, and hag all the time. Compared to that girl, they're completely right. I am old, and fat, and a hag. But it still makes me angry! I was young and beautiful once, back when I gave birth to Taylor. But ever since then, I've been spending next to no time or money on myself. So I could give my all to providing Tucker and Taylor with the best home life that I could possibly give them. And now I see how they repay me for everything I've done for them, everything I've sacrificed, and I cannot take this sitting down.
That's right. And you did all that for them while still working part-time too, didn't you? You're a super housewife. I can tell by looking at the lunches you make for Taylor and how clean and neat you keep Tucker's clothes. You're incredible. They don't appreciate you at all. Do they have any idea how much it would cost to hire a maid, chef, and chauffeur to do all that for them? It would be astronomical.
Mark my words. The two of them are gonna regret this. I'll see to it. Look at that girl. There's no way she's gonna take care of them the same way I have up until now.
That's right, Melanie. You need to make sure the two of them learn a big lesson.
Oh, don't worry, Hillary. I know exactly what I'm gonna do now. You ready? It's time for you and me to do some trouble busting.
Okay, Melanie, let's start working on the plan to get some sweet revenge on Taylor and Tucker.
Oh, hey Hillary. You're home early.
Is this your husband, Hillary?
Yeah, let me introduce you. This is my husband, Alan.
Nice to meet you, Melanie.
Nice to meet you too. Sorry to drop in unannounced like this. Your wife, Hillary, has been one of my closest friends for some time now. I hope that I'll be able to repay her someday.
Nah, you don't need to worry about repaying us at all. That's what friends are for, right? We're glad to help however we can.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So anyway, Melanie, I had a plan I wanted to tell you about.
All right, let's hear it.
It's been really fun to work with you at the store all these years, but now that you'll be on your own, you're going to need a lot more income, right? What would you say to coming to work at my husband's business?
What's that? Melanie, are you looking for work? Oh, that's great timing. I have a position that just opened up a few days ago.
You mean you're giving me a job? But I don't know, is there really anything I can do well enough to get paid for?
Don't worry about a thing. After all, someone like my little pipsqueak Alan here can do it. I'm sure it'd be a breeze for you.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I mean, sure, the people that come to my place are all pretty muscular, so compared to them, I might look kinda like a pipsqueak, but don't forget that it's my business. Got it?
What sort of business is it exactly?
It's a gym, duh.
Hello? Who is it?
Hey there, Melanie. Long time no see.
Tucker, what in the world are you doing here? I haven't seen you in a year.
Hey, Mom, I'm here too. You remember me, your favorite son, Taylor. I missed you.
Huh? You're calling me Mom now? What happened to old Fatty?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You must be thinking of someone else.
Isn't this great? Reunited with your only son? There must be so much you'd like to talk to him about. I thought I'd bring him by your place so you could catch up.
That's right, Mom. How about we sit down and have a nice cup of tea together?
I thought that just being around me made you want to throw up every single one of your internal organs.
Ah, come on, Melanie. There you go again, always ragging on about the past. Would you give it a rest already? I thought you loved us. We're your family. Was that all a lie? Were you just pretending to care about us all those years? Now enough stalling. Hurry up and let us in.
All right, fine, you win. I unlocked the door, so take the elevator up to my floor.
That old fatty sure is dumb, Dad. She actually fell for it.
Hey, don't lose your focus. We're not done here yet. We gotta stick to the plan, so we gotta keep up the act a bit longer. We're gonna clean her out. If we play this right, I think we could be looking at $10,000 payday.
Huh? Are you really my mom?
Yes, it's me. I'm your mother, just like I always was. Why do you ask?
But why did you change so much?
Have I really changed all that much? If anything, I'd say you two are the ones who have changed the most over the last year.
Well, the truth is, it's been terrible for us this last year.
Tucker told me everything. Apparently, Tucker has somehow contracted some disease, and he spent much of the last year hospitalized. With no one at home to look after him, Taylor's life is a mess, too. He stays up late and can't wake up on time for school, so he's constantly missing his classes. One day, he was in a rush to get to school in time for an important test, where he fell down into the road and got hit by a car.
We're sorry, Melanie. We never realized until now how important you were to us. Please, can't you help us out?
Help you out? Help you out how?
Well, you know, make her meals, clean the house, that kind of stuff.
I saw the two of you taking a young woman on a date to an expensive Italian restaurant. You seem like the both of you liked her an awful lot. Why don't you ask her to help you out?
Wait, you knew about that?
You mean her? No way. She's such a spoiled brat. Every time she tries to pick something up, she starts crying. Oh no, I broke a nail. She's not good for anything.
Oh, well, isn't that a shame? I'm sorry that your devious plan to be so cruel to me that I had no choice but to leave you. Then try and replace me by wooing some young bimbo with money, jewelry, and fine dining. Didn't work out so well for the two of you in the end, now did it?
Hey now, don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I was trying to marry Chastity or anything. She was just, a friend. A young and gorgeous friend that I invited out to dinner, as friends. That's all.
Wait, really? But you said that you wanted to look good standing next to Chastity at your wedding, so you were gonna save up to buy an expensive tuxedo, didn't you? You even picked up running to get in shape.
Taylor, shut up! You're ruining everything!
Honestly, I don't care in the slightest about what sort of fantasy the two of you had in your heads. In fact, I don't care about the two of you at all. Both of you are absolutely nothing to me anymore.
Well, Dad may be nothing to you, but what about me? I'm your biological son, aren't I? Your darling little Taylor. So come on, you can help me out, right? If you don't want to come by and do the chores, that's fine. You can just give me some money. I'd be okay with that. So what do you say, Mom? Could you lend us $10,000? I have to say, you boys are something else. You think you can belittle me, mock me, abuse me, cheat on me, and abandon me, then 1 year later come back and act like it never even happened? And worse, you expect me to be your maid service? And to top it all off, after running me out of the house and trying to hook up with another woman, you expect me to give you $10,000 of my hard-earned money because you got yourself into trouble. Are you out of your minds? Did you just break out of the insane asylum? I wouldn't even give you $10 for the bus fare home. Now get out of my house.
How dare you, Melanie? Aren't you forgetting something very, very important? We might be divorced, but you're still Taylor's mother, and you have a duty to provide for him. Don't think I'm about to let you run away from your responsibilities.
I think you're the one who's forgetting something important. What about your own responsibility to Taylor? You got full custody, which means you get to spend as much time with him as you want. Along with that comes the responsibility to provide a decent living for him. You know that. After all, you're the one who demanded sole custody during the divorce. Don't tell me you forgot your sanctimonious little speech about how Taylor is everything to you. Now I can see that was all just a lie in order to keep from having to pay me child support. Taylor isn't everything to you. He's nothing but a pawn in your sick and twisted scheme. Stop trying to dodge the issue, Mom. I'm your son, right? Don't you love your only son at all? Of course I love you. I loved you from the day you were born, and I'll always love you. But you need to learn a lesson about what love really is. Love isn't allowing someone to do whatever they want, even when they're hurting themselves or others. I'm giving you exactly the kind of love you need, tough love. You're not thinking about anything but your own personal benefit. You're like a wild animal stalking its prey, full of nothing but greed and bloodlust. Mom, that's mean.
Melanie, how could you be so cruel to your own son? I won't let you talk to him like that.
Don't you act like you're innocent in all this, Tucker. Who do you think it was that turned my sweet little Taylor into the monster she's become? It was you, Tucker. You're the one who made him this way. You're the one who turned Taylor into a cold, calculating, uncaring, unthinking boy. I'll never forgive you for that.
Hey, don't blame me for your own failures as a wife and mother. This is your fault.
Whenever Taylor would belittle or insult me, who was there cheering him on, huh? The way he looks at women like they're a piece of meat? The way he treats money like it's the most important thing? He turned out to be the exact same way you are, Tucker.
How dare you?
Hey, come on, guys. Stop talking about me like I'm some kind of monster. You're supposed to be my parents.
Yo, Melanie, babe, what's going on out here? Is there some kind of trouble?
Huh? Who are you?
I'm Melanie's husband. Who are you? And what are you doing in my house? Oh, you're Melanie Scoozer ex-husband, aren't you?
I can't believe it. You got remarried already, Melanie. And what do you mean, loser ex-husband?
Hey, Dad, calm down, relax. There's no way you could win a fight against a huge guy like that. You gotta think, use your head.
You're absolutely right, Taylor. That's my boy. All right, time to put my unmatched genius to work and show these two who's boss.
Something tells me you're about to completely humiliate yourself. But go on, let's see what this unmatched genius of yours can do.
This is gonna be great. I should record this. Let me get my camera.
Pipe down, musclehead, this doesn't concern you.
Listen up, Melanie. When we got divorced, you walked away with all the savings you had stored up from working your part-time job, didn't you? That account may have been in your name, but since all that money was from the time we were married, that makes it both of our joint property. You know what that means. Half of that money is mine. And today, I've come to claim what is rightfully mine. Now hand it over right now.
You know what? You're absolutely right. It's joint property. That means your bank account that you put your savings into is also joint property, now doesn't it? So, according to your legal theory, I have a right to claim half of that. If I recall correctly, at the time we divorced, I had about $3,000 in my account, and you had $50,000 in yours. So you can have it your way. I'll hand over half of mine to you, and then you can give me half of yours. Half of $3,000 is $1,500, and half of $50,000 is $25,000. So that means that if I accept your argument, you'll still owe me $23,500. So what do you say, Taylor? Will you be writing a check, or do you have that much cash on hand? What the? Dad, what happened to your unmatched genius? She just smoked you in under 45 seconds.
Hold on, let's not get too hasty. You're not really gonna take that much from me, are you?
Maybe I will and maybe I won't. In either case, there's nothing that you can do to stop me.
No, please.
And then there's this issue of your lady friend to attend to. After taking your savings, I can also sue you for the emotional damage you caused to me by your audacious infidelity.
Melanie, don't! Please, I beg you. I'm too sick to work, and I still have to take care of Taylor. Don't do this to me.
Ah, yes, your illness. About that. It just so happens that I have a juicy bit of information that you might like to know.
That doesn't sound good.
You see, a few weeks ago, a lovely little blonde lady named Chastity showed up on my doorstep.
Chastity came here? Why?
She was absolutely furious. She said that you gave her a disease that's ruining her life. She said that thanks to the disease you gave her, she'll never be able to get married. She was also under the impression that I'm the one who gave the disease to you, so I'm responsible for paying her medical expenses now. And from that conversation, I figured out exactly what kind of disease you have, and also that you're so hard up for money that you don't have any to give to her for medical bills.
And Melanie got checked out and she's clean. She doesn't have your disease. Which raises the question, who was the one who had the disease first? The unfaithful husband or the home-wrecking harlot? In any case, that confirms it. You were cheating on Melanie. I also hired a private detective who gathered plenty more evidence. So if this goes to court, we'd win easily.
No! That can't be!
Dad, this isn't looking good. What are you gonna do now? What's plan B?
I've got one. Tell you what, Taylor. You're Melanie's son, so I'll give you a chance. I'm gonna whip you into shape. I'll design a special diet and training program just for you. 2 hours in the gym every night. If you can complete my program and straighten up, then I'll adopt you and you can live with us.
That's a marvelous idea, Mark. What do you say, Taylor? Do you want to become a total beefcake like Mark here?
That's a very kind offer, but Dad, let's get out of here!
Sometime later, Tucker's disease got worse again, so he had to go back to the hospital. Taylor stayed around to look after him for a while, but he eventually got tired of having to spend all day and night at the hospital and ran away. He got involved with a bad group of people and found himself on the wrong side of the law time after time again. But on the bright side, he did eventually find a stable source of food and shelter, as a prisoner in the county jail. Once he got out of the hospital, Tucker started a part-time job to support himself, and he's barely scraping by. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you about Tucker's mistress, Chastity. She couldn't hide her treatments from her fiancé, and once he found out she cheated on him, he immediately called it off. But enough about them. Here's how we're doing.
Yo, Melanie, babe. Check out my biceps. I'm so pumped up today.
And look at the veins on your arms. You're really working it today, Mark. Oh, nice. The pull-up bar is free. 1, 2, 3. Thanks to Mark's hard work, as well as some generous assistance from Alan, who introduced us, by the way, we were able to open our very own personal training gym. Hey, Mark, check it out. It's the original protein bar I've been working on for the last few weeks. Want to try a piece?
Wow, it's finished already. Great work, babe.
I wanted to do whatever I could to help Mark in running the business, so I got the idea to make a protein bar. We could sell it to the gym patrons at first, and if it does well enough, we can even start selling it online or in stores.
So, what flavor is it?
I started something unique, so I decided to go with T-bone steak flavor.
T-bone steak? That, sounds delicious, I guess.
I know, right? I'm not the weak and timid Melanie I used to be anymore. Now I'm living life like I never thought I could with my new husband who really respects me as a partner. And it's all thanks to my friends on the Trouble Busters team. Until next time.